loving me the way you do.
Hey pretty girls, and welcome back to Pretty Played and Honest. My name is Thejocelynnatasha, and here we are talking about the times that we've been played. And girl, full transparency, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, and if any of this resonates with you, drop a comment and let me know if this sounds all too familiar. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you put on your notifications so you never miss a video. You can meet me here every Thursday at 5 o'clock where I am giving you my dating disaster stories. Not just dating, but also friendships too, okay? Because I've been played by homegirl and too. And if you have, you already know what I'm talking about. You know what we're getting at here. So, welcome to my new series, Pretty Played and Honest. Today, girl, we are talking about friend or nah, okay? So, I am going to be telling you guys about how one of my longest friendships ended. And if this sounds all too familiar, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now, because I know this probably happens a lot. So I'm gonna give you my experience. As you guys know, I will never disclose anybody's name, friend, foe, or just neutral, just because everybody deserves their privacy. And me too, right? So we're gonna call this friend today that we're talking about Tiffany, okay? So I'm going to tell you a little bit of background about me and Tiffany's friendship and how it ended. And you guys tell me what you think or what you would have done in this situation. So me and Tiffany go way back to like 11 years old, okay? We met in middle school and became quick friends. Like, you see me, you see her, or you know, we were always doing something together. So me and Tiffany became really quick friends, and our friendship lasted up 20 something years. Like, we had been friends for a very long time. So one thing that me and Tiffany like to do is we love to travel, right? We like to travel, and we also are concert girlies, okay? I got a couple friends that are actually concert girlies, so but yeah, so we were concert girlies. So nothing for us to grab a quick flight or take a little road trip and go to a concert. So let's fast forward from us being friends in 6th grade and all the way up through, so now we're in our 30s, right? We have been holding each other down just in life, through good relationships, through bad relationships, through our families, okay? Her mother is my mother, my mother is her mother. There was no miss this, miss that. It was like my or mommy. Her kids, you know, like, we have literally been there for each other through so many milestones, and just in our growth experiences, from children to adults through college. Like, we have literally just been holding each other down. So let's fast forward to, I want to say this was about 2 years ago. Me and Tiffany decide we want to go to a concert. It wasn't that far away, but it wasn't like, we weren't driving. So usually how we operate, I'll usually do like the logistics of everything, and Tiffany just trusts me. So she'd be like, girl, just tell me how much it is, I'll send you the money. And I'm always cool with that, like, all right, bet. And my schedule is really flexible. So, like, you know how when tickets go on sale, like, usually it's like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or something like that. Like, my schedule is super flexible, so I can always be the person to like grab the tickets and whatever we needed. And like I said before, Tiffany trusts my judgment. We're gonna have good seats, I'm not gonna break the bank, and our accommodation is gonna be good as well. And she just be like, tell me how much I need to send you and I'll send you the money. Cool. So this was no different. We decided we want to go to the show. I grabbed the tickets, I grabbed the hotel, and I tell her how much it's gonna be. She like, boom, fine. So we get the tickets to the concert maybe like, I'm gonna say maybe like 2 months in advance before the actual show. So this is in the summertime of the year that it is. So let's say we got our concert tickets in our hotel like June, because I remember the show was in August. So I tell her how much it is, we're good. So then it comes time to arrange our transportation. So the show was on a Friday, so I fully intended to take off that Friday, go to the next city early in the morning, and kind of like spend the day in the city, right? Like I didn't want to be rushing when I got to the city, like, oh, we gotta hurry up and get dressed and get out of here. Like I like to take my time, and I like to do a little bit of exploring. And since this was like a quick trip, we weren't, you know, we weren't staying a whole weekend or like a couple days. So I was like, well, if I go early in the day, you know, maybe I could do some shopping, check out the city, relax, get dressed, we go to the show, and then we was coming home the next day. So I told Tiffany my plan early on. I said, hey Tiffany, I'm gonna take off Friday. I wanna go early in the morning, spend the day, that way we can come back home. So she just said, okay, like, you know, kind of just smooth it over, like, oh, okay. So I was like, don't, you know, we gotta make arrangements for our transportation. So I was looking up tickets for the bus, I was looking up tickets for the train, like whatever, you know, we might want to do. So I'm sending her prices, like, well, this is how much it costs right now. If we decide to lock in, we could wait a little while because it was fairly cheap. So I was like, we don't have to make no big decisions now, but you know, this is what we're looking at price wise. She's like, okay. So now we're in probably like July, and I'm like, all right, now we probably need to really make a decision and lock in on a form of transportation. So I come back to Tiffany. I'm like, hey Tiff, girl, you know, this is how much the tickets are now. These are the times, like, you know, just breaking it down. So she says, oh, well, I think I'm gonna work half a day that Friday. And I'm like, okay. I was like, well, I'm gonna take the whole day off, so I can meet you there. Like I can go ahead and do what I want to do during the day, then you come a little bit later when you get off work, and then we'll just meet up and go to the show from there. So she was like, well, is there something that you had planned? And I was like, no, I don't have anything planned, like, you know, beforehand. And I was like, no, I don't have anything planned, but you know, I want to take my time, and you know, I want to explore the city. So she was just like, oh. So I mean, I sensed a little hesitation, but she didn't say anything, right? So I'm like, okay. So then I say, well, maybe, you know, check in with her. So I was like, well, you know, is something going on at work? You working on a particular project, you know, that you need to work half a day or whatever? And she said no, but she wanted to kind of preserve some of her time. So I was like, okay, I fully understand that. Like, I know how that is. So I was like, well, like I said before, I'll meet you. I'll go ahead. I'll meet you there, and then we'll come home together. So she was like, okay, right? No pushback on that. She was fine with that. So we arranged our tickets to come home together, and then, you know, we went based on our schedules. So I get there early, you know, I take myself out to breakfast. I'm shopping. Like, I'm having me a little time, right? So by myself. One thing about me, I don't mind solo dolo. Y'all hear my phone just keep going off. I don't mind a solo dolo, you know, situation. Like, I enjoy my own company. One thing about me, it's probably because I'm an only child too, but one thing about me is I love me some Jocelyn, okay? So I was enjoying time with myself, but you know, shopping, seeing what, you know, what was going on in the city. Met a few people, like, you know, just in passing or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the show tonight. They're like, oh, really? Okay, you know, just conversation. So maybe around like 3 or 4 o'clock, Tiffany gets to the city. So she comes to the hotel, like, yeah, I'm just trying to think of the time, but yeah, so like 3, 4 o'clock. So she calls me. She's like, oh, I'm at the hotel. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come down and get you. So I go down to the lobby. I get her. We come upstairs. We talking, chit chatting. We, you know, what you wearing? Like, you know, showing each other our outfits or whatever. So funny because we dressed like kind of similar but not alike. So yeah, and we just kikiing. So we go to the show. I had me a good time. Tiffany had a good time too. Like, we really legit had a good time. Like I said before, we are concert people. So, you know, we had a great time at the concert. So it's time to leave the concert, and we had to catch an Uber. So Tiffany gets the Uber to leave the concert, and we wind up just getting like a real strange Uber guy. Like, he was driving crazy, and luckily we wasn't going far because we in the car looking at each other like, yo, what is happening here? Like, oh my god. So we finally get out the Uber, and I was like making an Instagram video, just joking, right? I was like, oh my god, yo, we just got out of the craziest Uber. I was like, Tiffany can't get the Uber no more. I don't know what it is, but they had it out for us. Like, I'm just joking, right? So we laugh it off. We go upstairs, we talk some more, then we go to bed or whatever. We wake up the next morning, we check out the hotel, we take an Uber, and then we to come back home or whatever. So I think I was getting like a coffee or something, and we just was talking, but I felt like, you know, like, are you okay? I didn't know she was tired. Energy was a little off, but I didn't know. So I'm just like, all right, cool. So we get back home. Mind you, I had drove my car, and somebody picked her up. So when we went our own separate ways after we got back home, I was like, oh, give me a hug or whatever. I'm like, love you. She like, love you too. I'm like, let me know when you get in the house. Now, we don't live far from each other. We probably live like 20 minutes away. So I'm just, let me know when you get in the house, whatever. So she's like, all right, cool. And she does. Like, she like, I made it home. I'm like, cool, girl. You know, another trip in the books. Nothing. You know, it's nothing. So now we're back home, and I haven't heard from Tiffany, but that's not out of our ordinary. So like, even though we've been friends for a very long time, you know, you have friends that you talk to every day, but then you have friends that you talk to sporadically, or like maybe like once or twice a month. Y'all mainly just like check in. So that's how me and Tiffany was. Although we're good friends, we just weren't the like talk every day type of friends, right? She has what she got going on, I got what I got going on. So sometimes it's hard for us to intentionally talk so often, but when we do talk, we talk. So I hadn't heard from her, but that wasn't out of the ordinary, right? So one of Tiffany's kids had a birthday, so I called her, and she didn't answer the phone, but that's once again not out of the ordinary. But what was out of the ordinary is that she never called back, and that is where I was like, I am with Tiffany. I'm like, you know what, once again, it's her kid's birthday. Like, she could be having a party, or like, you know, they could be doing something. I wasn't even like, I didn't overthink it, right? And the type of family like they are, like, they don't typically do like big parties or anything like that. Like, they'll just do something real small and maybe buy the kids like a big gift or something like that. So it wasn't like a red flag for me to be like, dang, she ain't invite me to the party, or she ain't, nothing like that. So yeah, because that's just how they operate. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, one of her kids, we're really close, right? Like, she has my phone number. She just will randomly call me or text me, you know. And the love is, oh my god, what's going on outside? The love is the same, right? I would reach out to her, and we used to do this little thing, like, let me see your outfit, like a little OOTD or whatever. Not every day, but like every so often, like, or she got her hair done, she'd be like, look at my hair, you know, little stuff like that, right? So I'll never forget, it was like, I'm gonna say what I remember, that me and her daughter was talking for Thanksgiving, and she was just like, happy Thanksgiving, and we was showing each other our outfits. She was like, let me see what you're wearing. And I was like, oh girl, you look cute or whatever, like that. And you know, just our normal like, I love you, and you know, we just kept it moving. And so you know, business as usual. And it wasn't until Christmas where I went to reach out to her, and girl, I was black. I was black. So I wanted to just say Merry Christmas to her daughter and be like, you know, girl, I was saying it to you, like just our regular little powwow, girl talk. And as any, you know, normal parent would do, I guess her mom was doing like a phone check and she saw that we were talking and homegirl blocked me. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Like, now, Houston, we must have a problem, right? Once again, she never said anything to me. She never, like, you know, reached out to say anything made her uncomfortable or she was upset about something. So, in my mind, I'm not gonna ask you, because if it was worth the mention or the conversation, you would have said something to me. So I didn't make a big deal out of it. You know, I understand that people have to do what's best for them, and that's how I operate. I do what's best for me. And I do also understand that some people prefer not to have certain conversations. I'm okay with that too. I fully respect Tiffany's decision. So if she felt like she needed to remove me from her life, I respect it. I'm not mad about it. I'm still gonna love her down. You know, I'll never have anything bad to say about Tiffany. And, you know, her story is her story and my story is my story. But it was an abrupt end to a friendship. Like, Tiffany was my bro. I love Tiffany. I done told Tiffany some stuff that I would never repeat to nobody else. And obviously, you know, that's how it should be. You know, certain friends know certain things. So it's not like there was anything special about that. But yeah, I mean, I do wish things were different and maybe Tiffany was comfortable enough, or, you know, maybe felt the need to say something. But I also understand not wanting to and not feeling the need to feel like you have to explain yourself, because you don't. So, were we friends? We were. But now, nah. So, that is my story about friends or nah and an abrupt friendship ending. So, if that sounds familiar to you, or if you have a story similar to that, or even like a comment about maybe what you feel like I should have done, or if I should have reached out to Tiffany, let me know in the comments. But that is our story time for this week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Peace.